Why are people like you so hung up on sexuality?
Because it's not we were hung up. They tried to change it. We didn't. We said...
Well, perhaps they've got with a real world, with a modern world, where people understand that people of different sexualities are equal.
Okay, that's just culture. Why should I cave into the current cultural climate, which could change 50 years from now? This is a cultural issue for them, but it's a theological issue for the global South. Culture changes. People change their views on anything from abortion to euthanasia, whatever it might be, from one dead generation to the next. So you're asking me and others to cave in to sodomy because a handful of homosexuals, 1.5 to 2% of the population, demand it. That's not going to happen with the global South.
Let me remind you, before you dig yourself even deeper, you're talking to a homosexual.
Well, I'm sorry. I mean, the point is...
I'm not sorry at all.
...has not worked. It has not brought people together.
So
it has divided our churches in North America.
Why do you think I should be unequal compared to you?
I'm not saying unequal. I'm saying that the behaviour,
what are you saying,
the
then?
person, is the issue.
The behaviour. So you judge my behaviour. You dare to judge my behaviour? How dare you say that?
I judge it on the basis of Scripture, not personally. I don't care what you do. I'm only saying this
sounds like you do to me.
What?
It sounds like you do to me. Why don't you accept that what two people get up to in their own private life is none of your business?
But it's true, it isn't. But it is the business of the church.
Well, stop talking about it then.
The church to change its mind.
But this issue is dividing the church. We have more enlightened people in this country, including Justin Welby, who actually understands that homosexuality is not a disease. It's something that people are born with.
No, there is no genetic...
No, there really is.
...predisposition to this at all. Not one gene has been found. That's not true. My brother-in-law died of AIDS.
Okay, well, let me tell you. Do you actually believe that people who are homosexual choose to be homosexual?
I don't know. I can't answer that. I'm merely saying that the behaviour is prescribed by Scripture. I can't get... If you're asking me to change my thinking, I'm going to have to say to you that the Bible is wrong. I can't do that. Your life is your life. I don't care how you choose to live it. I'm just saying that your side is asking us to change our mind because
I don't have a side. I just think that humanity over 2,000 years humanity has actually evolved, and unfortunately you are sticking to something that was written 2,000 years ago, maybe by people who weren't so enlightened as people are today.
My brother-in-law is dead of AIDS. How enlightened would he like to be if he could change his behaviour?
Well, I don't know. What's that got to do with anything?
I had friends die of AIDS, and they told me on their deathbed, we wish we hadn't gone down that way. We wish we'd found a way to change.
Oh, so it's God punishing people, is it?
I'm not talking about punishing people. That's not about punishment. I'm talking about you're asking me to change my thinking because of your behaviour. That's unfair. I'm not asking you to change. I'm merely saying this is what Scripture teaches. You choose to disbelieve it. That's fine. It's your business. I'm not saying you can. But you can't expect the whole global South, millions and millions and millions of Anglicans who were taught by Western missionaries...
No, what I can do...
and animism...
What I can do...
That's unfair.
What I can do is expect the global North to maybe educate the global South that they're being ignorant and they're being bigoted. That's what I can expect.
Then you can say that, but they have been listening to and watching your churches die. The Episcopal Church and the Church of England is going to be out of business in the next 25 years, and they will be thriving. Why? Because they've been sold a bill of goods that homosexuality is good and right in the eyes of God, and yet you've got no tangible proof that it's made churches grow, that it's made people happy.
It's not there to make churches grow. That's honestly... I mean, what a disgusting point of view. I hesitate to even thank you for that interview, David Virtue, but I will because I'm polite. That's David Virtue from Virtue Online. What an unfortunate surname that is. How that man can call himself a Christian, I do not know. If Justin Welby had been in the studio with me, the Archbishop of Canterbury, during that conversation, I suspect he would have been cheering me on. And that illustrates the problem, doesn't it? Because the modern-day Anglican Church, I don't think, has anything in common with David Virtue. I think he represents all that is wrong with the Anglican Church. He represents the views, yes, of people who are probably bishops in Uganda and Nigeria, who think that everything is all about sexuality. Well, it isn't.